I think we got a keeper. Stripers are very aggressive. They come and they hit it real hard, just like that.
Nice skinny little striper.
That's what we're talking about,
dude,
baby.
Now that's a healthy one. That's a healthy one there. So Johnny, that fish is all 6-7 inches.
It's a monster. No, but it's what makes them my favorite fish, without a doubt.
For sure.
Every one of them eat good and they're aggressive.
So guys, in case you haven't noticed, we're out here fly fishing this morning on the American River. This is Maury Hatch right here. Maury, you guide.
I do.
Guide stripers all the time, primarily stripers, right?
That's all I do.
That's all he does is stripers. So if anybody's going to teach you how to fly fish for stripers in the valley out here, and you're mostly guiding around the Sacramento River areas and the Delta, right? California Delta?
About 3/4 of the time, and for 2 months I'm on the American, the Feather.
Where I live, and I never striper fish with a fly rod. I'm always doing conventional stuff, and Maury's like, hey man, you got to get out here. Let's catch some stripers on the fly. So that's what we're doing this morning. Maury, what's the name of your guide service?
First Hatch Guide Service.
And I'll put the website right here on the bottom of the screen for you guys. I'm so amped up, I don't want to talk any longer. I want to get out there and try to catch a fish. He caught 2 right next to me. I'm fishing topwater while it's still early. We got these long shadows. We're going to go into the flies. We're going to go into the setups that we're using right here and have Maury educate you a little bit more on this stuff. I'm still very novice when it comes to fly fishing, but I'm learning. I'll get them.
It's not rocket science.
So let's go get them, man. Let's go get them. All right. Not quite 18 inches. Still though, river fish.
River fish. Beautiful little guy. Ready?
Yeah. Twisted up in my leader too. There you go, Mark. It's a giant.
But it's a fish.
All of, 12 to 15 pound range. Someday he'll be there. That's awesome though. That's my first striper on the fly in a long time. He's a little bit bigger than my hand, so as far as I'm concerned, if I'm fly fishing, I'm still happy to catch him. Any striper on the fly is awesome. I mean, you could see that little fish right there. I mean, he took me right at the boat. I paused it and then he came up and grabbed it. He was tailing it. But man, what an absolute blast. I can't wait to get a big one. I have never caught a keeper striper on the fly, though I've only tried it twice and maybe have 2 hours behind it. So I'm really amped to get a keeper on the fly. I've caught tons of big ones on conventional tackle. That's no problem, but I want it.
Yeah. Okay, my name is Captain Maury Hatch with First Hatch Guide Service, and we are targeting striped bass on a fly rod today on the American River with Nick, the informative fisherman. And typically when we fish the American River, we start off at low light and we start off fishing topwater with usually an 8 or a 9 weight rod with a good solid quality reel with a nice floating line. And there's several different types of floating flies that we use, but probably the #1 fly in the striper topwater world is the Vigerat's pole dancer, and it mimics a Zara spook, and it does the walking of the dog, and it entices a lot of strikes and blow-ups, and we do pretty well in the morning first light fishing a floating line with that fly. When the sun comes up and hits the water, we fish, we target subsurface, and we use 2 different things. In 6 to 12 feet of water or even deeper, we would go with a heavy sinking line like this line here, and we would use a clouser style fly that would imitate the bait fish that are in these waters. This fly here imitates a baby squawfish or baby pike minnow, and this fly here would imitate a baby suckerfish. Sometimes we switch over when the smolts are in the river. we switch over to a rainbow trout looking pattern, or a lot of times we just go with a standard chartreuse and white because it just works very, very well. When we are targeting stripers in water that's between 3 and 8 feet depths, we use an intermediate line, and by intermediate I mean a line that sinks between 1 and 3 feet per second. And once again, either an 8 or a 9 weight fast action rod to deliver that fly efficiently. I'm a big proponent of Rio lines. They are constantly making improvements, especially in the subsurface and striper game. They're tough to beat. There's a lot of lines out there. These flies are all tied by myself, but almost every fly shop in Sacramento and around the Northern California has Clouser style flies in a variety of colors, and you're going to want to pick a fly that imitates the bait fish that you're trying to represent. The American River is a very clear river, so instead of going for a super flashy pattern, we're looking at something that more imitates the bait fish exactly. We're matching the hatch, so to say. So you would stick with something that is a replica of the fish that you're trying to imitate. Also, on a very clear river like this, high quality sunglasses that are polarized, that block the correct blue and yellow rays of light, are essential for spotting fish and for spotting structure. And I'm a huge fan of Costa Del Mar sunglasses. They're tough to beat, and they're lifetime warranty, and they're without a doubt the finest sunglass in the industry, and I wear them every day that I go fishing. So that covers the fly and the line selection. And we talked a little bit about rods. There are a lot of brands of rods out there, but for doing the striper fishing, you're going to want a medium to fast action rod, and you're going to want a 9-foot length, and anywhere from 7 to a 9 weight will handle your needs out here on the American River. So it's a nice local place to fish. It's easy to get to, and there's a lot of fish in the system, so go get them.
Hang with us, guys. We'll be right back. Did you know that P-Line makes specialized lines for all your fishing needs? From the super strong abrasive resistant CXX or the low stretch super stealthy CX Premium, or maybe you're looking for invisibility or super bite detection with P-Line's 100% fluorocarbon. No matter what your needs, P-Line's got it covered. To find out more, visit P-Line.com.
P-Line, baby.
Ever tried pulling a planer board next to your boat when trolling or fishing from a swift current bank? If not, you're missing out on one of the most phenomenal fish catching machines on the market today. With Yellowbird planer boards pulling your lines perpendicular to your boat, you can't help but catch more fish. Find out more by visiting www.yellowbirdproducts.com. Attention all anglers, it's time to start displaying your weapons of big fish destruction in style. With the coolest rod racks to ever to hit the market, the 916 Rod Rack. Don't be caught slipping stacking your expensive gear in the corner. Treat those babies with the love that they deserve. From upright racks to ceiling mounts to wall mounts, they got you covered. So don't go wrong, guys. Get yourself a 916 Rod Rack. I'm taking these, bro. Attention Northern California anglers, have you been to Boat Country in Escalon? With one of the largest selections of welded aluminum fishing boats from Weldcraft, Lowe, and Hughescraft, chances are they've got the right fishing boat for you. And did I mention they have a full service center to take care of all your boating repair and maintenance needs? If you're a boat owner or just looking to become one, you owe it to yourself to check these guys out. Visit BoatCountryUSA.com or stop on by. I'll see you there. Oh, you heard they got weapons of big fish destruction? Well, you heard right. BWA Fishing Performance is the newest company hitting the U.S. market by storm. With some of the sickest swim baits around and non-cookie cutter style lures that you could ever get your hands on. It's time to show these fish something new. Visit BWA.com.
Yeah, Maury said it's a Catastoga Day Clouser. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Catastoma Day Clouser. That's one Maury ties right here. That's his, you already got 2 fish on yours, and that's what I got mine on. We were throwing that topwater this morning, and we'll go over that in a little bit too, but working really good. That little dude. I just moved him up when I hooked him. I mean, look at that. Oh, lost him.
Got the hot stick over there, Nick.
It's working. Cooking up a little striper right now. Oh, look at that. Go, baby, go. Is that a better one, Maury?
A little bit.
A little jig around him. a little bit better. Wait a minute. I don't see that much chartreuse in my fly. What's going on here?
Well, yours is working better than mine. There you go. Barely a keeper. Beautiful fish in perfect shape. Putting them in. Thank you.
Awesome.
And so what the name of the game is we're throwing long casts to the bank. We're counting it down depending on the depth of the water, and we're making erratic strips with some pauses to entice the bite. And it's very important that when we're doing that, that we keep the rod pointed at the line that's coming in, so when the fish grabs it, turns around, it hooks itself. Stripers are very aggressive. They come and they hit it real hard, just like that.
They are very aggressive, hooked up.
And you throw a lot, good things will happen to you like that. Another nice little American River striper. Sometimes they really cooperate, just like that. What's nice about fly fishing for them is they don't take the fly deep into their mouth. They usually get it right in the lip, so they're very easy to put right back so we can let them grow bigger and come get them next year when they're twice this size. Thank you, Mr. Fish.
Another little guy. Cracked it right at the boat as soon as I came up. Grabbed it right there.
Oh!
Another giant.
We're going the wrong direction, Nick.
Another whopping striper. Try not to touch him. Keep him fresh. Adios, amigo. Okay, so earlier in the day, Maury seen me doing a ton of false casting, spinning my wheels, rubbing my arm, stretching my hand out. And you know, this is heavier line, heavier gear, so he was telling me a few different casts to help perfect it. It's a lot easier, these casts, with the heavier gear, so go ahead and tell us what those two casting methods are.
Sure. Striper fishing with a fly rod involves casting all day long, so you want to be as efficient as you can. And unlike trout fishing, where slapping the water scares the fish, stripers most of the time are not real close to the boat, so we can get away with some things to make our casting a little more efficient. One of them is just a simple roll cast to start with a little bit of a water load. Then all you need to do is 1 or 2 false casts, and you can deliver your fly very efficiently.
And that water load is just, as you're pulling in your working line, you're dragging that plug to develop tension, and then going to your back
I'm letting my shooting head, the sinking part of my fly line, just rest on the water for about a second or two.
So it's just barely under.
And that loads my rod.
Okay,
and
as you're pulling it back,
yes,
it's developing that
as
tension.
my line goes back, it just enables me to cast much more easily.
If you guys are not familiar with the casting or fly fishing, go back and watch my How to Fly Fish video. That's more based around trout with Matt Herron, but you can come back and apply it to this at the same time. That's where I started. This was my first legitimate day of striper fly fishing. So
you did a great job, man.
No giants, but man, what an absolute blast.
Hang with us, guys. We'll be right back. Been thinking about trying out kayak fishing or already into it and just want some sick upgrades for your rig? It's time to check out the Headwaters Kayak Shop. Come pick the brains of their knowledgeable staff and make sure to ask about their awesome demo program to find the right kayak for you. Or stop in and rent one with Lodi Lake right down the street. The Headwaters Kayak Shop fits all your yakking needs. Tell them if sent ya. Are you into diving, surfing, or fishing? And have you checked out the Salt Life YouTube channel yet? From awesome surfing insight to scuba diving locations and in and offshore fishing, bundled up with all sorts of crazy cool footage, the Salt Life has you ocean lovers covered. So go check out their YouTube channel and tell them if sent you. Have you been to rustylures.com? Did you know they offer free shipping on anything over $29.99? And with all the latest and greatest in bass fishing gear, from punching tackle, umbrella rigs, swim baits, and you name it, there's really no reason for you not to be getting the best deal online today. So go to www.rustylures.com. Did you ever wish for an RC boat when you were a kid? And do you have a passion for fishing? Well, guess what? It's time to do them both at the same time. With RCFishingWorld.com's RC Fishing Pole, it's time to be a kid again. So visit www.rcfishingworld.com today.
We will keep casting until we find the bigger ones. Good job, Nick.
Thank you, sir. He's fighting in that current for a little dude.
Is he big, or are you just a wussy? He's eager though.
Yeah, he's eager. He's one eager beaver. And what Maury's got us going on now is we're not in as deep of a hole. We're not on a flat, so we're throwing an intermediate line, right?
Yes, sir. 1 to 3 inches per second is the sink rate.
Yeah, so it's not that real fast line. It's not the floating line. It's that in between. Good stuff, man.
And man, you hooked him good.
Yeah, I got him good. I put the wood to that sucker because those last two popped off on me. So right there, I yelled Cobra Kai and set the hook. Sweep the leg, Johnny. Sweep the leg.
So what we're looking for as we drift down the river are deeper sections that are going to hold those fish. The American River is made up of tons of shallow flats. It could be a mile of 2 and 3 foot deep of water, but if you find a 6 to 8 foot deep section right next to that, more than likely that's going to hold the fish. Those deeper little pools on the corners, those longer runs with that deeper water, you have to cast more and cover more water, but you're much more likely to find the better stripers and the majority of the stripers in that deeper section.
All right, Wesley's got a fish.
So we were using floating line, type 3 line, and type 6 line. And all the type 3 is 3 inches per second. And we're using that in that 1 to 5 foot depth of water. So we can count it down to get a better idea, get it closer to the bottom where those stripers at. The type 6 is just 6 seconds per second, to where if we're fishing, you know, that 6 to 20 foot deep water, we can get it down there. We're not going to drift past the whole section before it gets down there to those fish. That's all Maury primarily uses is on the rivers, the floating, the type 3, and the type 6, so he can count it down properly. I mean, if you hear Maury talking about, oh, count it down by 10, so I may have had a type 3 on there, and he's calculating the depth of where it's going to get down there. So it helps you better present your lure, well, need to be your fly, to those stripers effectively.
So we have Wesley out here showing us how to catch them. He was over in his other boat with his dad, David, over there, is helping us out today to get our outside views, and he's putting a spanking on all the fish for us. So hopefully you guys seen him catch some too. You have a good time today, bud?
Yeah.
Cool, man. We're gonna see you fishing more often? You and your dad are gonna have to come out and go fishing with us in some other places, right?
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Thanks for coming out. Right there, finally. I stopped it at the boat and he came up and ate it. Come here. Come here, you. Come here, you. I got a fish in the boat! Woohoo! There we go. Nice skinny little striper.
That's a good fish.
All right. Yeah, Maury. Oh yeah. There we go, baby. That's what we're looking for right there. I have a feeling this one's over 18 inches.
I think we got to keep her.
I'm gonna keep it lined up, make sure this is good. Oh, it's gonna jump. It's gonna jump. Oh! Oh, that's about 8 pounds. 7 or 8 pounder. Okay, there we go. Got a good side profile that time. Best part about a fly rod's that fight.
Ooh, I felt that tick. I don't like feeling that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Thick one. Healthy fish. Hey, boat flip them on the fly rod.
Yeah. That's a good way to break a fly rod.
Oh yeah. A solid 8, maybe 9. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
That's what we're talking about,
Dude,
baby.
now that's a healthy one. That's a healthy one there. Oh, yeah, I would say probably about 9, maybe 10.
Nice American River striper.
Yeah, nice.
Could you?
Yeah, here. Well, guys, that's it. You know, we still had a blast out here. The big fish eluded us today. We had a couple come up and look at our flies, but that's the way it goes sometimes. It's still really early yet for this system. It gets better as it gets hotter out here,
Yes,
right?
sir. All the way through July.
All the way through July, those fish keep moving, and we're right here, right in the very beginning of June. So if you guys want to come out here, we still probably caught 40 little stripers. I learned a heck of a lot about fly fishing for stripers today that I did not know. Maury's a heck of a teacher and a heck of a fun guy to fish with. I greatly appreciate you taking us out, man. Greatly appreciate you guys watching. InformativeFisherman.com. Visit Maury's website right here at the bottom. Book this guy for a trip. He's out on the California Delta. He's out here in the rivers. Absolute blast, guys. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.